Patrick Lecture 191, Inner and Outer Experience, week number 3, Fear Blocks Bliss. Now, I do a study guide on this, and you are welcome to read the study guide, and there's exercises. But what happened to me just now was a real life illustration of this particular section. And that is that I started this video chat, which I am told people find useful, 4 times. And each one of the 4 times I went off into tangents and felt like I was losing the plot. And so I shut it down and said, we'll do it again. The 3rd or 4th time I did that, I thought, well, let's just not do one this week. Whatever is going on that makes me feel chatty or lengthy, maybe the idea is not to do it. And then that's when the aha moment came, that I was living what I was trying to communicate in this small segment. So with that intro, I'll go into what I had planned to say. Fear controls us in ways we don't realize. And so there are different ways of managing fear. One is to make it speak up, and speaking up, worst possible outcome. Tell me what you fear is going to happen. The second is to make it walk through the details. And then what happens? Yes, and an hour later, and then what happens? And the following week, then what happens? So that not only the event is contained by being somewhat grounded in reality, so is the outcome, which instead of saying, ooh, and life will change, we can say, life will change, how might it change? And to allow ourselves to exercise our reason faculties, to march through the details. And the third is that duality pretends that all decisions are irreversible. So you decide to do this, it's over, and there's a finality to that that is frightening. So what happened to me was I decided if I can't do this section in a nice, cohesive way, I just won't do it. And I'll just put in the newsletter, skip this week. And it was as I went to type that I realized I can do that, and there's little or no consequence to that. So what pressure did I feel to speak this? Now, I was taught to use my experience as when I teach, to use the experience that I have as an illustration of the concept, to find the place in me where I actually experienced the concept. And that's what happened, is all of a sudden the two came together. And I realized that I felt an obligation to do these weeklies because I had been doing them, that I didn't want to disrupt the flow. I didn't want to be different. I didn't want to look like I forgot something. And that small sense of needing to, having to, was driving me so that I was trying to prepare an outline that didn't feel relevant. It didn't feel real. And so I was wandering. My mind was wandering. So I thought I would use that as an example of how fear blocks creativity, bliss, pleasure, joy, and peace, because now I feel relaxed about doing this. And I feel it's illustrative of the concept. And I walked through the various steps that I was about to suggest you walk through. So the last thing I'd like to add is this is Patrick Lecture 191, Inner and Outer Experience. The one prior, which also has a study guide, is Patrick Lecture 190, which is the importance of experiencing all feelings. And this lecture emphasizes many of those points, including feeling all feelings, including fear. To allow the fear to expand and be real. Again, that's what I did. I just won't do it. I'll just skip it, and I'll write a short note, and I'll live with it. And there will be reactions, but by some people, but that's okay. That they will get over it. And then perhaps I will feel fresher next week. Once I had gone through all that, the fear evaporated, and I didn't feel tight and constrained. And this became easy. So short and easy, and it feels real, and I'm happy. And thanks for listening.